Here's a story from Switzerland. Last week, bodies of 5 members of a family were found in a resort town. They were found near their apartment building. 4 dead, 1 still breathing and now in hospital. The deaths have shocked the local community. Police say there was no foul play, no signs of struggle, and that this family could have committed mass suicide. Our next report tells you more.
It was a quiet morning in the Swiss town of Montreux. 2 officers from the local police knocked on an apartment door. They were there to speak to a man about his son's homeschooling. A voice answered the officers, but the door was not opened. Unable to enter, the officers left. 45 minutes later, the entire family plunged to their deaths. A 15-year-old boy was the only survivor. He is stable, but in a coma. His father, mother, sister and aunt, they all died. The cops investigating the case were initially puzzled. There was no sign of struggle, no evidence of foul play. The only logical explanation, the police say, is collective suicide.
At no time when the events took place did the neighbors nor the police officers who were still in the building, and even less the passers-by who were in the street, at the moment when the people fell, hear the slightest cry. There is no trace of a struggle, so we have a situation which makes us favor the possibility of collective suicide.
On first impressions, they seem like any other family. The father, Eric David, grew up in a wealthy part of Marseille. He attended one of the most prestigious schools in France. His wife, Nazrine, was a dentist. Her twin sister, Nargis, was an ophthalmologist. They too were educated in elite schools. But the police have found a lot of supporting evidence to back their theory. The family led reclusive lives. They remained withdrawn from society. When the pandemic began, they got interested in conspiracy and survivalist theories. They amassed a massive stockpile of food. It covered much of the living space of their apartment. The supplies were good enough to live through a major crisis. Local authorities say the family tried to seclude themselves.
The investigations show that this was a family that lived almost in autarky with very few social contacts. Only the twin sister of the mother worked outside. For the others, there was no outside activity.
What happened to this family? Why did they decide on mass suicide? Only the lone survivor can explain. What happened in this apartment? Bureau Report, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.